Animal House Calls. I'm Ann Romer. Coming up on today's show, it's a great one. Trey Smith from the Toronto Humane Society is here with an update on the 10 newborn kittens found last week stuffed in a bag. And he's also brought along with him some other kittens. They're a little older and a most beautiful puppy. It's a boxer looking for a forever home. If your dog suffers from separation anxiety, you probably do as well. There's a little suffering for the humans when there's all that crying and behavior problems. We have Boxer Rescue Ontario. They have some terrific tips. We're also going to find out about the Canine Rescue Me Walkathon fundraiser. CP24 is a proud sponsor, and yours truly will be kicking off the walk with pleasure. They asked, and I said, yes, yes, yes. Golden Rescue specializes in finding homes for golden retrievers. They're going to tell us more about what they do, and they've got a big fundraiser coming up very soon. Plus, Dr. Patty Lecton joins us from the Allendale Veterinary Hospital. She will take your calls and questions. First up, Toronto Humane Society. It is kitten season, and Trey Smith can attest to that. Nice to see you, Trey.
Nice to see you too, Ann.
What happened last week? We got a call in from a Good Samaritan into CP24 saying that he'd found a bag of kittens.
Yeah, well, you know what? Somebody had a no-frills plastic bag, a yellow plastic bag, opened it up, put 10 newborn kittens in there, tied it up, and left them for dead, which is a criminal offense in Ontario. So we're looking for some information regarding this case and any information regarding the person that is responsible for this.
Quickly, details about where and when, so that if somebody, it might jog memory.
It was at Vaughan Road and I'm not St. Clair or something like that.
Yeah, Oakwood, I thought, was
Oakwood,
in that area.
Vaughan and Oakwood, yeah. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. It was last week, so.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, Vaughan Road and Oakwood area.
So someone, you know, I mean, here's how you sort of have to connect the dots or go back in time. Maybe someone in that area knew a neighbor who had a pregnant cat, and all of a sudden the kittens were born, and now there are no kittens. Or the pregnant cat doesn't look pregnant anymore, and there are no kittens.
That's exactly it. If you know someone who had a litter recently in the past week or so with about 10 kittens and no longer has those kittens, definitely give us a call. Or if you know somebody that's responsible for this, maybe some sick person's bragging about it that they did it, or just don't care. So
what are the possible charges that individual could face?
It's a dual procedure offense. You can get up to 5 years in jail. Under the new OSPCA revamped laws, you can get up to $60,000 in fines and up to 2 years in jail. So it's pretty hefty. And if we find the person that's responsible for this, we're definitely going to be moving forward with those.
392-2273 is the phone number. And also, I understand you can call Crime Stoppers with an instant bit of information as well.
You can call Crime Stoppers or Metro Police directly because it's a criminal court offense.
It is a crime. What happened, and how are the kittens doing at this point?
Well, unfortunately, 3 of the kittens have perished since because they were only a day or two old. And within those first few days, it's really crucial because they need to stay warm, they need to stay nourished, they have to feed constantly, at the very least every 2 hours, and they were out there for a few hours. So we actually had a few nursing surrogate moms at the shelter who only gave birth to a couple of kittens, so there's a few free spaces.
That's great.
So we're using up those free spaces with the new kittens. So the surrogate moms and nursing moms at the Humane Society are now taking over and has adopted them as their own. So
the 7 that have survived, so far so good, day by day?
Yeah, it's touch and go up for the first couple of weeks, but everything looks pretty good so far. The first 3, they were the runts of the litter, so we kind of figured that might happen. We were hoping not, but it did.
When will you be joining us with the remaining 7 up for adoption?
As soon as they're up to weight, as soon as they're healthy enough, the last thing we want to do is get them sick again. So,
very good. All right. And you've got 2 kittens who've totally different story, obviously a little bit older and strong as can be and ready for adoption.
Absolutely. These guys are about 7 weeks old. They're totally weaned now. They were actually born in the shelter. The mom came to the Humane Society as a stray pregnant, so we kept her there, and she gave birth to about 6 of them, and these are 2 of them, and they're happy, they're healthy, all of them survived, and they're now ready for adoption at the Toronto Humane Society.
I have a crazy question. How can they look so different? I looked at the photographs of the litter of kittens that were found in the bag. They look, all of them, so very different. How is that possible?
Genetics.
Okay, good answer.
No, I really don't know. And that's a whole question.
I'm going to ask Dr. Patty Lecton when she joins us.
I always thought of that too, because, you know, brothers and sisters tend to look the same in humans, but in cats, there could be a whole spectrum of different qualities and characteristics.
So this is a gray cat. Is that a calico?
It's a calico.
That's a calico. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just new to the kitten world.
Gray tabby calico.
And they have different personalities based on how they look, or?
Just based on them as individuals. Like this guy, he's a little feisty one. He was in the green room with the boxer we have, and he was fighting with the boxer. This one didn't care about the boxer, but likes to jump. It's a little little bunny rabbits jumping off the tables and stuff trying to.
Some people like short-haired kittens, cats when they grow up. Some like long-haired. How can you tell what you're getting at this age?
Well, at this age, you can pretty much tell because they're short, medium, and long. The long hairs, you'll have long, very long, long strands in and amongst the short undercoat, right?
Sure.
So both of these cats might be pretty much long hair.
You know, I learned, again, as I'm new to the cat world, that if you look in their ears, if they have a lot of hair in their ears, then they're going to be long-haired. And if they don't have a lot of hair in their ears as kittens, then they'll be short-haired.
Yeah, there and on the side, too. Usually, long-haired cats will have a lot on the side. So these could probably go either way.
They are gorgeous. So they're ready to go. So how many in that litter altogether?
6.
Oh, my gosh.
But, I mean, there's going to be thousands of kittens coming to the Humane Society.
And the bottom line is what?
The bottom line is, if you're going to let your cat outside, which I don't recommend, you have to have them spayed or neutered. One unaltered male cat can be responsible for up to 30 litters in one season. That's a lot of cats.
And a lot of those kittens don't survive out there.
They don't. They fall victim to cruel pranksters. They fall victim to, you know, like coyotes and stuff, and the elements, just that in themselves. But there's going to be thousands of kittens that are going to come through our shelter, and we have to look after them. So do us a favor and spay and neuter your animals.
You mentioned the boxer. Let's have Christian bring in this boxer. This dog is beautiful. She is 3 months old. She's very skinny. Her name is Peaches, and she looks like she could drink a little cream. She is the cream of the crop. She was found as a stray, and no one claimed her. She wasn't microchipped.
I know.
I guess I just can't quite understand it, but she's now in a good place, and she's going to find a great forever home.
Absolutely. I don't understand how anyone, cannot have their animals microchipped, because if they ever get lost, that's really the only way you can find them quickly and swiftly.
So
not to mention the fact that she's a purebred boxer, and in a pet store, that's a $3,000 dog. You know, it's a very expensive dog, and you know, she's very calm, very cool, very collected, which is a little bit opposite of what boxers usually are. They're
well, we're
usually
going to find out more with the Boxer Rescue about their personalities, but do you think it's because she's just a little bit frightened and is staying in the shelter right now that we're not seeing her true wild side emerge, the puppy side?
You know what? You're very wise, Ann, because I've seen a lot of docile dogs in the shelter awaken to become the beasts that they are when they get to the new forever home. So you really have to do your homework and be aware of the possibility of this high-energy dog becoming that, awakening and becoming that high-energy dog once she gets home.
Do they take structure well? I don't like the word discipline, but if you go to puppy school and you do all the right things, go to class, and work together, can they be great members of the family?
Absolutely.
You know what?
Guidelines? I'm a big proponent of positive conditioning, as of you are, and I think any animal, if given the right structure and the right conditioning, positive conditioning, they can be a positive influence in your life and your family.
Why is she so skinny?
Well, she was a stray. She's running around the streets of Toronto for gosh knows how long. So she wasn't getting the nourishment she needs. She's probably a little stressed out in the shelter, too, a little bit scared. A lot of big, loud dogs in there, so maybe she's just a little scared.
You'll be taking a lot of applications, looking for just the right person, the right family.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Trey. Thanks, Christian, for bringing in Peaches. We'll take a short break here on Animal House Calls. When we come back, Dr. Patty Lecton from the Allendale Veterinary Hospital. If you want to get to us, either by phone, if you are driving around listening to us on CP24 Radio 1050, please pull over and give us a wee call. Or if you're at home, don't hesitate, 416-872-CP24. That's 2724, toll-free, 1-888-863-CP24. Fire off an email, animalhousecalls@cp24.com. We'll be right back.
She jumped me. I pulled my gun. She just collapsed.